Chapter from my book, True Story of When I Was Homeless, and a cop gave me marijuana back, and I helped out an Asian kid that could have lost his green card and been thrown out of the country for buying weed off an African American. I was sitting on a bench one day, and this Asian kid was standing in this doorway behind me. And I'm waiting there, just trying to get some rest. I've been walking in circles for hours, and I was on my stoop for an hour in that morning. And I stopped by all the businesses during the day, and none of them had any work for me. So I'm catching some sun right downtown on a bench, and this kid's there for a long period of time. So I ask him what he's doing. He says, "Well, I just came into this country and somebody told me I should really try the weed." I laughed. I said, "Yeah, just be careful. The cops in this place aren't always so nice." He goes, "Oh, I heard Americans are so nice." I laughed. Okay. So he met up with some African American. The African American gave him it, treated him like shit, asked him for extra money, drained the Asian for extra money. And then on top of that, the Asian kid sat down next to me and said, "Hey, you want to help me smoke this? I don't know how to roll. I don't know how to roll this in a cigar, but do you want to help me smoke it?" I said, "You." I said, "I've been walking for 6 hours looking for work. It's like 6:30 at night. I have to go to bed, or I have to try to go to sleep in the middle of the woods in about 3 hours because it will be pitch black and I won't be able to find my way in there because my new spot does not have any lighting leading into it. So yes, I would love to smoke some damn weed with you. But you," and then he goes, "Well, can we smoke right here?" I go, "No, this is downtown, middle, businesses everywhere. You can't do that. We'll go to a park, make sure there's nobody coming in the park, and when it's just us in the park, we'll smoke." So we go to Kerouac Park. This is a drunk park, been known as a drunk park. It even has an alcoholic homeless guy's name, Bovier, on the stone. Anyways, and Kerouac was a known alcoholic as well, the writer that this park was built after, Jack Kerouac. He was a very heavy, heavy drinker. So, anyways, this is a alcoholic park mostly, but they try to make it seem like a family park, but it is definitely not a family park. I mean, I try to keep it that way, but the alcoholics can't control themselves near the stones at night and sometimes during the day. And that's the big problem with Kerouac Park. Anyway, so we go there, but there's nobody there. I wait. Somebody jogs by. I say, "No, no, no, no. Wait." Now it's empty. I say, "Wait here." I go around a stone. I roll it for him. I give him his stuff back. I give him his cigar, and he lights it. We smoke some weed. An officer of the law is walking towards us. Now, this is a small $20 bag of weed that is literally 1.5 grams of weed that this kid paid $40 for. The whole cigar only left him one nug, one really small mini nug left. Half the cigar is now smoked, and this officer's coming, and this kid has it all. But the officer can't see us really well yet. He's coming around the corner out of his car, and I see this. So I turn to him, and the kid's passing me the joint. So I say, "I'm going to keep on to this joint because there is a cop coming. But I want you to slide me that weed right this moment. Keep your mouth shut and let me do the talking. And you will walk out of this with not in trouble." Now, what I didn't tell him is I will probably be fined or put in the prison, most likely fined. But these cops like to mess with me. But anyways, so he slides me the weed. I put the weed in my pocket. My knees kind of outward, so you can't see any of what's going on, even if the officer was right in front of us. But he is way, way, way down the street. But I know he is coming. So they park the car. They're coming out. They're now walking across the street. Now they're walking across the sidewalk. Now they're walking across the grass. Now they're walking across the other sidewalk that's in the park. Now they're walking across the grass. Now they're walking across the cement. Now they're going around the first bench that's made out of stone. Now they're up to our bench. And now they're asking me what we're doing here. Now it smells like weed. I have a cigar in my ear because that's the only way I could put it. I couldn't toss it. That would be littering. And the cops hate it when you do it. It's better just to go down with the ship. And I tell him, what? I'm not going to lie to you, officer. I was smoking. He goes, smoking what? I said, marijuana. I said, I'm sorry. It helps me. He just came into the country because this. Oh, by the way, the officer asked for our IDs. This kid only had a green card, and I had an ID. So the officer has our IDs. Then he asked what we're doing. I said I'm not gonna lie to him because I have a joint. There's no way we smell like it. We have it on us. He wants us to empty our pockets as well. I empty them. I got weed on me. When he asked for the ID, so it's obvious. He could see us across the street smoking. I'm sure when he got out of the car, that's why he came over. But he did not see the kid pass me the weed, and the only thing he knows is we were smoking a cigar there, and I'm sure he doesn't really want to bother us that much. But this kid is on a green card. He is from another country, and they do like to pull these green cards from these kids. I've seen it done before. And this is a good Asian kid. He's a good kid, you can tell. So he doesn't need this just for smoking some weed. He even paid double the price for the weed. This is shitty. Anyway, so I'm gonna go down with the ship, and I just tell him I'm smoking weed. I don't mention the other kid, but the cop gives me my marijuana back. He just says, "Why did you choose here? There could be kids coming by." I said, "No, we checked for kids and strollers or anybody around. There was nobody. We just needed a place to sit, out of the way of the public." He said, "Oh, I see." He returned my ID, returned my marijuana, told us to be more careful next time, and then walked away with um, the kid's green card. As the kid was like all relieved, he was like, "Yes, man." He didn't even remember his green card, and the officer did remember the green card. That's why he's trying to pocket the green card and get away. So I tell the kid, I go, "Hey, your ID." And I whisper it so the officer doesn't get mad at me for snitching him out for the trick. So the kid goes, "Oh, oh, officer, officer," and screams because now the officer's far away when I whisper it. Yeah, and the officer goes, "Yes?" And he goes, my ID, my green card." And the officer laughs at him and goes, "Yeah, you're going to need that, aren't you?" And then the officer's thinking, "Damn it, I was trying to give this kid a consequence and I didn't get away with it. And I already told them that they were free to go." But anyways, they gave him the kid his green card back and left us alone. And then I said, "Let's get the hell out of here." I gave the kid his weed back. I kept the damn thing in my ear, and I said, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. Here's your shit. Get the hell out of here." And I saved this kid from getting deported. Now the officer definitely would have given his kid a lot more trouble, and me, no matter what happened, I wasn't gonna be in big trouble. It's not like I was gonna do heavy prison time, but this kid could have been thrown back to another country, and if he is from, we'll say like China, who knows what he would have been facing. If he's from Korea, hopefully South Korea, maybe not that bad. But you never know where these people are from. He could be from where the monks are from right now, south of China, Tibet, and they're in tough, tough shape in Tibet right now. You never know. It could be from Laos. And Laos, oh my God, he could be even from different parts of Asia, just in general. I'm not gonna try to keep on remembering my geography, but you never know. And he's here for a reason. What is his family gonna do? And did he really make a choice? No, he's trying to be a normal American. And if he didn't smoke marijuana, that's an experience that he's missing out on. In a lot of these countries, like if he comes from, oh, what's that country? Oh, I can't think of it. I wanted, anyways, some countries will give you like the death penalty or 25 or life in prison for a bag of weed. Like we used to give ridiculous sentences. But now it's part of American culture. It is literally as normal as weed is as normal in America as weed was in Amsterdam in the 1990s, 2000s. People in other countries like China or Bangkok or Korea or different places of the world come to America expecting that weed will be everywhere now. This is just how it is. Now, when this kid was smoking, weed was a ticketable offense, but it was medical marijuana everywhere, everywhere medical marijuana, and Colorado and Washington just made it legal. Two states in the United States just made it legal, but it was a ticketable offense at the time. It was just about to be decriminalized, I believe. Well, maybe it already was. Hmm. Man, they moved so fast with that marijuana laws once when they made it decriminalized. It's hard to say. That was when things really moved fast, I gotta say. Anyways, that's a chapter for the book I gotta put in there. Then you got other times where things didn't go so well, where people try to blame me for things they didn't do. We also got the time where I was selling K2 and the cops let me off. I'm not too proud about that, and I was in front of a church. I had a bag of K2 that a store wanted me to sell. I was at a church, had it in my pocket. Everybody was bugging me. I said, "You're gonna have to go to the store with me after I eat. You're gonna have to go to the store with me after I eat." Damn Kenny, my best friend told everybody that I had the bag on me from the store. Everybody didn't want to wait and they started offering me $5 instead of $3, or instead of spending $10 a bag, somebody would give me 30 for it. And I'm like, you only gotta wait 5 minutes. Why can't you just buy it at the store without me? Oh, you're all banned for stealing. I see. Well, how about the other store? No, oh, that one. So only the stores I will am allowed at in Lawrence or that one in Lowell will sell to you now. Okay, fine. Anyways, when I go outside to smoke a cigarette, Kenny wants me to give him one, and he just drives me nuts until I give him one, and he gets one for free. Then Shannon wants one at a discount for like $1.30 and change that he found up his ass crack or something. This is the big gorilla man, but he was always good protection, and he never put a hand on me, but he chased other people naked in the streets, and he was untouchable by the law because he had a metal plate in the head and he was crazy. He got the metal plate in prison, and he's been done so much crazy stuff in public, like ran around naked chasing other homeless people, that they just put him in prison for one night and then put him back on the street. He lives in the woods half the time, and his social security is 300 a month, nothing. So they just let him live by himself as long as he doesn't bother any of the real public. But he was great protection. If any gangbangers came up to me in a negative way, Shannon would fucking flat him. This guy would bump his head in doorways, looked like a gorilla, had fingernails that were an inch long and like fucking as thick as the ironing board. He literally had yellowish with so much weed and tobacco and K2 under his fingernails he could get high. The guy literally had bulky gorilla fingers, He literally had big giant gorilla hands. He had a big giant gorilla gut, big giant gorilla legs. He probably weighed more than 300 and something pounds, and he literally, one arm could probably break a brick wall. This is not somebody, everybody was afraid of this guy, but me. I lived with psychotic people my whole life. My mother, the kids in the program, the kids in Lowell Treatment Center, a psych ward, the kids in some where I was working on all these psychological problems that were made up by my mother. I know how to deal with crazy people. I was also dropped on the streets with only the skill of dealing with crazy people and working with disabled children. So, a disabled, crazy adult that's 350 pounds that has a metal plate in the head is a piece of cake for me. Sit there, be quiet, be nice, and don't get mad. Don't get mad at him. If he seems like he's irritated, walk away. If you follow those rules and you just use simple language that doesn't drive him nuts or doesn't go against his, thing, his insanity, and if you don't point out his insanity, you'll be fine. He won't harm you. You might have to listen to babble that drives you nuts, but you don't have to act like it's real. You don't have to acknowledge it. You just have to sit there. That's all. Listen. So, I did that. If he sat next to me, I let him until it drove me nuts and I'll walk away. That's simple. I never got hurt and nobody fucked with me. Because if you fucked with me, maybe you got chased naked through the street. This is something very interesting. And he came. So, anyways, yeah, I grilled one for him. Then everybody's over my ass and they want to buy it. So then I had to just sell the damn shit. I'm not proud of that. But the whole homeless community was buying this shit up crazy from every store, every convenience store and smoke shop in the area. It was legal, and when it became illegal is when I stopped. Even though it's still sold online, and even though I could have it sent to other people's addresses that I knew, I did not do that. There were people who did that though, had K2, bought online, sent to their house, and sold it on the streets. They took over the market. All these gangbangers, Spanish people, African Americans, took over the K2 market. Some people drove to New Hampshire and took over the K2 market. When Lowell stopped selling, some people went to Lawrence with me and picked up their stuff. We just went to the stores up in the Lawrence and they all went through me and we just walked in the store. But when it was illegal in Massachusetts, there was nothing I could do. But other people could just have it bought online and sent to their mailing address and then sell it anywhere they wanted. The cops really weren't enforcing it. But I did not feel comfortable. When there's a storefront, I feel comfortable. No storefront, I don't like it.